You are listening to the Waking Up to Purpose podcast with Lily Badcock in association with lilybadcock.com. What if every challenge you've ever faced was for a purpose? What if every perceived failure was in fact you stepping ever closer to the life you were born to live? I'm Lily Badcock, and I'm here to let you know that you were born with a divine purpose in your heart. And you're here because you know that's true. The process of awakening can be tough. Fired up and inspired one minute and then overwhelmed and lost the next. I've created this podcast to share with you every aspect of my own journey to purpose, as well as the stories of others who have walked the same path. Fear and doubt can place a lot of uncertainty in our minds, but here's what's true. You are needed. Your story matters. Wake up. Rise up. Together we can. Hi guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 of the Waking Up to Purpose podcast. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, in this episode, I wanted to share with you the story that I kind of hinted at in episode 1. And I wanted to share with you the story of the Great Epiphany, the Great Shower Epiphany of 2018. I think that's what we'll call it from this point forward. So basically what happened was 2 years ago, I had an epiphany in the shower. I was trying to think of some really cool way of phrasing it, but really that's what happened. And this came off the back of a lot of inner work. So this is by no means the start of the story. But the reason that I wanted to share this story with you today is because I want you to understand that waking up to your purpose is not a one-time thing. It's not something that you're going to do one time and then everything changes and it's all rosy and it's easy plain sailing from there. Because that's not what it is. There's an element of that in that once you're aware of what your purpose is, I don't think you ever truly forget. You can certainly lose your grip on it and moment to moment you may forget why you're here. But once you're aware of it, it's very easy to reconnect to that. And so that experience for me happened, like I said, 2018. I was taking a shower. Now, just before that, I had done this epic journal session that had lasted almost 2 hours. And off the back of that, I then decided I needed a shower. Now, even that in and of itself was strange because I'm the sort of person that if I don't get my shower first thing, I probably won't bother. I mean, that's just me being honest. I will then wait till the end of the day and do it then, right? I don't usually hop in the shower in the middle of the day because by then I'm in the flow of the day. It doesn't feel like a good use of time. So unless I have something I specifically have to be ready for, I generally wouldn't do this. But this particular day, I'd had this epic journal session and I just felt like I needed to have a shower. It was like I'd unleashed so much of the crap I'd been carrying around. I'd really faced into my limiting beliefs and I'd really dug up some crap and I just felt like I wanted to shower it all away. And I don't know if you get this, but I get all my best ideas in the shower. So, I kind of thought I might get a couple of little nudges like normal. So anyway, off I went to my shower. While I was in there, I heard a message. And I heard it wasn't this big booming voice of God or anything like that. It just sounded like me. And I think this is important to say to you because that's what your intuition sounds like. I think if you're waiting for the big booming voice or a big bolt of lightning or anything, huge to happen for you to tap into your intuition, that's not how it has felt for me. It felt like, or it sounded like, my own voice when I'm just wondering something. So if you're looking for something that's lost and you think to yourself, I wonder where I put blah, blah, blah. That's the voice. Like it's the same voice. So that voice spoke to me while I was having a shower. And it said, you are here for those souls who are just waking up to purpose. And I was like, huh? And the voice repeated, you are here for those people just waking up to purpose. What it actually said was, you are the welcome committee. You are the welcome committee for the people who are just realizing who they are and why they're here. And then the image that I got of that was, you know, when you go on a package holiday and you get off the plane and you meet the little rep in the airport and they have their little suit on and they have their clipboard, and then they usher you onto a coach and you get driven around and you stop off at all the hotels and they give you a bit of information about where you're staying, and then eventually you get to your hotel and yada, yada, yada. And there's even a welcome meeting, isn't there? There's always a welcome meeting the next day. Well, that was the image I got. And I thought, oh my God, I'm the holiday rep, but for the universe. Like, I've been sent ahead on this path so that when more people arrive, I can tell them what's going on. Because, you know, when you first wake up, as we said in episode 1, you're going to feel very dazed and confused. You're going to kind of not really know what's happened, and it's all going to feel nuts, and you're going to think you're going crazy. And then to make it worse, everyone around you is going to tell you that you're going crazy as well. So I really got this sense of, you have been sent because there are more like you. You've been sent because there is an entire collective of souls who are going to get the same message that you got. And as they wake up, they are going to come to you. They are going to find you, and you are going to help them. You are going to tell them that they're not going mad, that what they feel and see in their heart is real, and you are going to encourage them to follow that inner guidance. So I was like, well, all right then. I just thought I was having a shower, but cool. If that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. But I had some questions. And my first question was, if that's true, then why has my journey so far been about anxiety? If you're listening to this now, you may or may not know that there is another podcast show that I host called The Confidence Academy, and that's been all about mental health, all about overcoming or thriving in spite of anxiety, stress, depression. So my question was, if that's why I'm here, then what the hell was all that anxiety about? Like, it felt, in that moment, it felt almost like pointless. Like, why have I been going so hard down that line when now you're telling me that this is why I'm here? I don't get it. The answer that came back was, because anxiety is what you experience when you are not on path. Anxiety is what it feels like to not be living your life of purpose. And that's what shows up to let you know that changes need to be made, that you need to course correct. So I was like, I get it. I got it. Cool. Then I had another question. And this time my question was, well, then if that's true, why have I been given my voice? Why is singing such a big part of my life? Why am I able to sing? Why do I have that ability? If I'm not supposed to just be a singer, then what was that all for? What was the point of that? And the answer came back, because that's how you talk to the humans. And there's no way of dressing that up. Basically, the message that came back was, my singing is what gets the attention of the humans. Because in other words, I'm not going to go around ringing a bell going, I can wake you up to soul purpose. Come and see me. Because I think they would lock me up. So singing is the ability I was given as a human being to connect to other human beings. And it was in that moment I had the epiphany. I was like, holy crap. I've had my choir since 2017. For those of you that don't know, I am a singer. I have a choir called Evolution. We just went online, actually. You can go on Evolution online. It's all on the website, lilybadcock.com, if you want to check it out. But basically, I've had this choir for 14 years. And I just thought it was just a nice little choir. I just thought I like to sing. I enjoy making friends. I enjoy bringing these people together. I love the sound that we make when we sing together. I thought that's all it was. And I'd been in such frustration because I felt like I was supposed to have this community. I felt like I was supposed to have this group of people that that not only feed off my energy, but I feed off theirs as well. And I felt like it was supposed to be this collaborative space where we all lift each other up. And I had tried to create that in so many ways, and every single time it had fallen flat. And in that moment, I realised that, oh, I had it the whole time. That's what the choir is. And then I realised that every single member of that choir, whilst they might have come in wanting to sing, wanting, a bit of the community or whatever, the reason they stay was because of the energetic soul shift they got from being in that group. And that's when I came up with this tagline, which you might have seen on some of my graphics, that says, they come for the singing and they stay for the soul shifts. That came as a result of that epiphany, because I really understood the magnitude of what I was doing. I really understood why I had been led to sing, why I'd been led to start that choir, why the whole thing had evolved the way it had evolved. And I'm telling you this because it's going to be true for you as well. There is no way you haven't been living your life on purpose in some way, shape or form. It's perfectly possible you've been doing it and been unaware of it, but there is absolutely going to be something in your life that already exists that is directly connected to the purpose that you were brought here to live out. So I would just take a moment, if you've got a notebook nearby, maybe pause this and just brainstorm for a minute. What do you already do in your life? What is already relevant in your life and present that is connected directly to your soul purpose? And here's a hint. It's going to be the thing that excites you the most. It's going to be the thing that lights you up. It's going to be the thing that feels so easy and almost too easy. When I realized that evolution was such an important part of this, I was like, but it can't be, like, that's been so easy. No part of my journey with evolution to bring it to what it is now has been hard. The only elements of it that were ever hard were when I tried to take control of it. Every single time I've just let it be what it is, it's been so easy, it's been so flow-based. So what is it in your life that feels that easy? What is it in your life that you literally couldn't believe? If somebody floated down and said, this is all you have to do in your life to call in everything you ever wanted, what would feel like the thing that would be too good to be true? That's where you start. That's going to be directly linked to who you are and why you're here. So I jumped out of that shower absolutely buzzing, but at the same time completely terrified, because I was like, well, this is great, and I had some other hits in that shower as well, one of which was, you have the ability to intuitively guide people. And I was like, no. I've been told for years that I'm intuitive, but I never really understood what that meant. I didn't really know what I was supposed to do with it. If ever anyone said, oh, you're highly intuitive, I'd be like, cool. And what? What am I supposed to do with that? I actually believe we all have the ability to be intuitive, because we all have the ability to connect to that inner voice that's within us. I was told in that shower and during that epiphany that I possess the gift to intuitively guide others as well. And I got out the shower and I was journaling everything out that I'd been told. And I literally thought to myself, well, what am I going to do with that though? It's not like I'm going to go on Facebook and write a post that goes, da 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 da, I'm an intuitive guide. Come and see me and let me intuitively guide you to purpose. I was like, it's not like I'm going to write that in a post. And then I heard the voice again and it said, that's exactly what you're going to do. I was like, oh no, it felt too scary. I was so afraid of what people would think. I was afraid of what they'd say. I thought everyone's going to think, I genuinely thought people in my family and my friends were going to call, someone to come and assess my mental state. I thought they're going to see that and they're going to think, oh my God, she's finally lost it. She's absolutely lost it. So I really resisted doing that. And in the end, what I did was I found a Facebook group that I'm part of that's private. And it's full of other people like me who are, intuitive guides, spirit leaders, energy healers, witches even, all of it's called the woo-woo crew, right? And so I knew I was safe to go in there because I knew everybody in there would get it. So I found a place where I could do what I was being led to do, which was share it publicly, but it was still it was like a safety net. So my advice to you is, if you get a similar nudge and you're thinking, oh my God, I can't put that in my public profile, or I can't say that out loud, then where can you say it? Who can you say it to? Do you have a community that you're part of that will understand you when you say that? Do you have a group of friends, either online or in person, that you can feel safe to be completely you without fear of repercussions or judgment? If you don't, then get yourself into Wake Up, Rise Up, because my community will do that for you. Wake Up, Rise Up is the Facebook group that I've set up. It's free. There's a link in the show notes so you can go and get yourself in there. And it's the community that I'm building. I'm calling everybody back together. So if nothing else, you can go in there and you can say how you really feel. You can say who you really think you are. What I really desire for that community, and what has been the desire from the word go, is for it to be a space where you don't have to hold that mask up. You don't have to be any kind of person or any type of person. Being you is enough, because actually that's the truth. Being you is enough. And if there was ever a lesson to come through from today's episode, I think that's it. So go and journal what comes up for you after listening to this episode. Maybe you've had an epiphany of your own, or maybe you're waiting for that epiphany. And you know what? If that's the case, just ask for it. Ask for the guidance. It's within you. Ask for the guidance to show up, and then be open to what comes next. And I will see you in the next episode. And here we go. It's time for a cheesy sign off. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to join me and my awesome community in our free Facebook group, Wake Up, Rise Up, go and check out the link in the show notes below. Don't forget, every Friday you can join me in that group for a live Q&A, and I also stream that on Instagram. All of the links you'll need are in the show notes for this episode. If you love the show, please go to iTunes, leave me a comment and a review, and share with anyone you know who might love it too. And in the meantime, have an awesome day and keep shining. It's time.